South Park just spanked the Hollywood hive, and Disney had its pants pulled down. Whether we're talking about Marvel, Star Wars, or the dominatrix of destruction herself, Kathleen Kennedy, the head of Disney's Lucasfilm. The jig is up. The boys skewered Tinseltown's most sacred cows till they sang off-key karaoke. Joining the Panderverse isn't just a roast. It's an animated documentary that explores the reason how Disney became Hollywood's newest homeless shelter for stray Ivy League gender studies majors. Because in a world where diversity tokens are more valuable than customers' cheers, South Park takes a paddle to the mouse house till Mickey's cheeks turn cherry red.
You might think everything is okay, but Disney, he's gonna get you.
What's going on, everybody? Hollywood missed the memo. South Park is back, and they're not playing patty cake with fragile egos. Instead, they're holding Disney to account by reminding them of their original cinematic sins, of replacing great storytelling with lazy reboots, token tales, pronoun police, and the overused plot device of the multiverse.
I swear, the multiverse is just an excuse for lazy writing.
But the real cherry on top is what the awesome fourth graders do when they transform a franchise destroyer like Kathleen Kennedy into a household name as the monster under every child's bed.
I'm scared, Mom. Will you please just look and make sure Kathleen Kennedy isn't under my bed?
I've told you there's no such thing as Disney executives who replace everyone you love with diverse women who complain about the patriarchy.
Ride shotgun with Matt Stone and Trey Parker as they take you on a guided tour of their demolition derby through Unicornia. Unicornia is just another word for Hollywood's make-believe utopia, where every movie and midnight meal is mashed together into a blender until they all come out looking and tasting the same. In joining the Panderverse, Cartman is transported into another universe, where all his friends are gender swapped into racially diverse women, all complaining about the patriarchy.
Hey, who's the fat little white boy?
Who knows? White heterosexual males think they welcome anywhere.
Then you have the Cartman from the multiverse. He crosses over into our world as a chameleon of chaos and a black female diva. He's not just a boy on a quest trying to find his way home, but he's looking for the fastest and nearest computer so he can play Baldur's Gate.
It's working!
Wait a minute. You mean this entire time, all you've wanted to do is play Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, what do you think I was trying to do?
One of the high points of the show is its subplot, how technology has robbed most people of that good old-fashioned get your hands dirty know-how, basic common sense. The show explains how college finished it off, programming legions of Siri summoners who have no clue about the basics of everyday life.
It's sick and twisted that I have to work.
Get a job, you bum!
And I don't want to be told that I'm ungrateful, that I should be happy to have a job where it's taking up 40 hours of my week.
South Park portrays the everyday handyman who's in high demand as millionaire rock stars and then pits him against the dust-collecting degree holders. They're talking about college grads that can list all the patriarchal symbolism in the Karate Kid as fast as they rack up a mountain of debt and their diplomas lose market value.
I need 4 workers who know how to use a power saw. None of you know how to work a power saw.
This is a great commentary on the new generation of emoji engineers.
How are we going to break the college if the catapult is still in the box? It's okay, we called the handyman. He's going to build it for us.
Hello, gentlemen. What seems to be the problem?
The real meat and potatoes, though, is the story between Kathleen Kennedy and Cartman. See, Kennedy blames all her film failures on toxic fans who hated her Star Wars. Man, who could blame her? Of course they did. She turned the Force into a farce the same way she replaced Indiana Jones's whip with a walker and then made him into a punching bag for Hollywood's latest girl boss. See, that excuse is what led her to use the Panderstone, a magical rock she wielded like a wrecking ball, then transformed Disney Studios into a copy and paste assembly line, a company that no longer made classic films, but now is a chop shop that puts out one trash project after the other, and all injected with her very own identity politics recipe.
Is there a problem, people?
No problem at all, Mrs. Kennedy.
We were just discussing ideas of what to do with the new Prince Eric movie.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
The real punchline is Cartman's confession. We discover that he alone was responsible for the one-man hate campaign that sent Kennedy to a rubber room.
I'm sorry I wrote all those letters. It probably was a bit much.
South Park does a really great job introducing everyday people to Kathleen Kennedy. Not only Disney Lucasfilm's president, But at the Mouse House, she almost has no equal. Only CEO Bob Iger is above her. This high priestess of the Panderstone is one of the key people that is responsible for the modern trend of freezing creativity into carbonite and then rebooting timeless tales into political commercials, all to promote the corporate message machine. But what I really wondered was, did this episode truly ruffle Kennedy's feathers as much as the 1-2 punch from a true warrior queen? See, Gina Carano shared a little while ago how Disney had told her to unfollow all the accounts that had badmouthed Kathleen Kennedy. Now Gina is sharing her thoughts on South Park's takedown of Disney. And the way she lays out Kathleen Kennedy, it's like she pinned her to a mat and she was a mouse in a high school biology lab. This is the part where Kathleen Kennedy demands any YouTubers get censored for laughing at this hilarious episode. She'll have YouTube disable the thumbs down, make sure Variety and Hollywood Reporter run hit pieces about the South Park creators. Then she'll activate her online mob and demand that South Park creators publicly apologize. And then listen how badly they got their feelings hurt, all over a little boop of a South Park episode. You gotta love Gina. That is true character, real courage, all wrapped together in a smart, strong, beautiful woman. Her takedown of Kennedy made that exchange between her and Cartman that much sweeter.
I wouldn't have tried to fight racism with the Panderstone if you hadn't written all those letters.
I wouldn't have written all those letters if you haven't tried to fight racism with the fucking Panderstone.
The only downer for joining the Panderverse is that it could have been brilliant. One of South Park's best episodes. Unfortunately, Matt and Trey took a detour towards the end of the episode. They decided to pull up a cozy seat and play fence sitters. They called out what they saw as people who viewed everything as being woke. And it just didn't ring true to me. Now, I don't know if they did this because they feared retribution from the Hollywood Hive, or it's actually how they feel. Their reasons don't really matter. But if they want to be seen as objective, calling just balls and strikes as neutral arbiters, they have to stick to the truth. Honesty, authenticity, and the facts must always come first. Here, they missed the mark by a mile. Because I've never known anyone who said, you know, that gum, that stick of gum is woke because it comes in a pink wrapper. That movie is branded woke because it has a diverse cast or a female lead, especially when that film is based off an original story and it's written well. It's simple. Bad films are bad films. Woke films are unmistakable. They're like 3D printed burger patties and nothing like the real deal. The great news is that South Park is one of the first big Hollywood insiders to call down the thunder on one of their own. But you know what? They're not going to be the last. Crisis at Marvel, Jonathan Majors' backup plans, the Marvels reshoots, revive an original Avengers, and more issues revealed. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and Variety finally got their act together, and they agree. So they drew back the curtains to let a little bit of light into the shadows. The Marvels is going to premiere this week, and its box office projections have already sunk right through the floor. That's what's making the Mouse House panic. Disney even tried to convince people that Robert Downey Jr. and the Avengers are returning in the movie in their latest teaser.
Heroes. It's an old-fashioned notion. But the world can still use them.
The MCU is in real trouble, and it has absolutely nothing to do with a writer strike like Disney claims. Otherwise, South Park wouldn't have all the ammunition to use against them to make everyone laugh. See, Disney strayed away from its original formula of entertaining people, of making magic, especially when it comes to the way that they portray new characters.
Do you think you should just keep it the way it is?
I would keep it the way it was if it were my decision, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't like changing characters that are already established. I think it's easier to just add new characters.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
My favorite segment throughout South Park's special event is when the boys made a quick pit stop with a PC principal. See, they want to solve their Cartman problem. They don't believe the person in front of them is actually their friend from an alternate universe. Except for the fact that PC, he believes Cartman. But he says he's not only pretending to be somebody else, he is leading the charge in a battle to be whoever you want to be in this new era. The headmaster is so woke that if Cartman were to declare to him that he was Cleopatra, the man would hand him a crown and a Netflix contract.
Well, I don't see a problem with it at all. And if you boys don't think Eric can be a black woman, then maybe the problem is you.
Joining the Panderverse did a bang-up job. Even with some of the things I disagreed with, I really enjoyed it. But the big takeaway for me was Kathleen Kennedy's legacy of carnage. That is a true cautionary corporate tale, where every risk is mitigated, every plot is politicized, and every classic character is only one rewrite away from becoming an unrecognizable shadow of their former selves. Well, the great news is we only have a few months till South Park's new season to see who's in their crosshairs, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's totally me.
Now, if you enjoyed the video, if you found value in it, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and share with everyone you know. And if you want to win every battle and stay true to yourself, all you have to do is remember that we never bow down, we never bend the knee. Always forward.